This is lesson 112, Flash between lead states. The last lesson, we looked at how to get the lead on and lead off states. This lesson, we're going to add in a couple of delay tools to make it flash between two LED states. So first of all, let's change the title. Lesson 112, Flash between lead states. Okay, so now we've got the title right. Let's get rid of what we don't need and we'll add in what we do need. So I said we'd use a delay tool, but let's just first have a look at what happens if we don't use a delay tool. Okay, so we might think that we can turn the LEDs on and then turn them off again. If we program that to our PicoPi, then we would think that it's going to turn the LED on and then back off again. Well, in actuality, it is, even though you can't see it. If I go to the assembly code, we'll see that we've got a line of code saying output label 4 and output label 5, and it's doing those two things, and it's going back to label 4. It's going through that cycle over and over again, a million times a second. Well, each line of code takes a millionth of a second. So that's why you can't see it. So we actually have to put in a delay in between. Now, you might be thinking, if we put in a delay in the middle there, that's going to work. Well, let's try and see what happens if we put in one delay. Well, it looks like it's working, but it doesn't seem to be happening. So if we follow the flow chart, we're starting and we turn the LED on. We're waiting for 1 second, and then we're turning it off, and then we're going straight to turning it back on again. So what that means is we're not actually pausing it in the off state. And that's why we have to, when we say flash between LED states, we're actually going to pause between LED states. And with the output tool, it's actually going to continue the same output that you leave it on, okay? So if we put in LED on, we turn the LED on, the whole second while this delay is going, it's going to stay in that state. And then when we turn it off, the whole second, it's going to be off, okay? And so that's what we want. And when we do that, we'll see that we have one of the LEDs flashing on and off. And we might want to speed that up a little bit. Not too fast because the camera here won't be able to handle it. But if I put in 0.5 of a second for each of those, and we can program that, we'll see it actually flashes twice as fast. Okay, and we get one flash on half a second, off half a second. So for every second, we're getting a flash of the LED. And what you might want to do just to get better marks for communication, when you're doing something like this, you actually should annotate and say, well, that's 0.5 of a second. I'm going to click the OK, and I'll annotate this one at 0.5 of a second. So there we have it. That's how you flash between LED states. And the last thing you might want to do before you print it, align and distribute those tools, make it look nice, and there you have it.